Good evening, viewers. We welcome you to today's edition of the news. Here are the top stories of today. President Draupadi Murmu makes historic dive aboard INS Vakshir, showcasing India's undersea strength. Meghalaya BJP warns of security risks from Bangladesh, urges stronger border vigilance amid rising threats. Motion route to get government model degree college institute set to benefit students in West Khasi Hills. Union Home Minister Amit Shah inaugurates rupees 217 crore Bata Drava cultural project in Assam. The news in detail. First, the local news. Meghalaya BJP spokesperson Mariahom Kharkrang raised concern over the situation in Bangladesh, citing potential security risks for the Northeast. He warned that the growing influence of radicalist Islamist groups and talk of separating the Northeast from mainland India is dangerous. Kharkrang urged strengthened border management in Meghalaya and strict vigilance by the BSF to prevent infiltration.
Considering the present situation that is prevalent in Bangladesh, and especially it appears that Bangladesh has been overcome by the radicalized Islamist groups. So if that's the case, then it becomes quite risky, and because ultimately their aim, when you see interviews, they mention about clipping away the Northeast from the mainland India. It is very dangerous, and I think so the government should take it very seriously, because this is no longer the earlier Bangladesh that we had. The earlier Bangladesh was friendly to India, and they ensured that all the militant camps and all were closed from the country, which is not presently. Of course, we have not seen any indications of them trying to incite any kind of violence and all within the Northeast. But but if we are dealing with radicalized country, then it becomes quite dangerous. So I think so the government will have to take seriously, and including the government of India, of course.
At least 3 vehicles were set ablaze by unidentified individuals early Sunday at Umdor Peninsula in East Khasi Hills. A swift car belonging to Hertik Talang was targeted first, with the fire spreading to a Scorpio and a Redigo. The incident is suspected to be linked to a Saturday night altercation involving the swift driver and 2 individuals, allegedly under the influence of alcohol. An FIR has been lodged at Peninsula Police Station, and police have launched a search for the accused. Motion Road in West Khasi Hills will get government model degree college under the PM Usha RUSA scheme, costing rupees 15 crore. The college aims to benefit local students and reduce the need to travel outside the area for higher education. Cabinet Minister and MLA Methodist Kar inspected the site, and residents welcomed the long-awaited development. Local residents expressed gratitude to the state government and leaders for fulfilling this long-standing demand.
Aku munong mikmat ne jongga ne konstitusi motion road makwa bantan tau ka jingai khublai nadu you Prime Minister Narendra Modi but kamtam you Chief Minister jongga jela jungi jela Meghalaya isa kontrat ke sang ma ibala yes ngap lem ya kicing kepat ya kicing ut kicing nam ki jonga but jong ki pai ba no so sunong jo komo sunut hi pora ko wai but kane kicing angnut jong ki no so sunong jo komo sunut kam dei tang ka ba ki angnut manta dei ka dei kicing angnut ka badala ki pos nam mansua bangilah kuat ban yo iki college kene ka caka ka cungi kene gang skam da ka jing don jong ane college kan yarap sibun iki kimi pa nam taban penduna ka jinglut ka jing sap ka jongki ban am tamme iki ni ki kun ki cungi ki kun samla ki badan ka jing angnut ban peteng iki jing puli ka jongki ba kanong kalat kalenti ka ba kinla banang peteng man pendep iki ki jing angnut ki jing kang ki jongki.
North Shillong MLA Adelbert Nongrum has indicated plans to approach the court over the alleged misuse of government-allotted land at IAS Colony Maudiangdiang, New Shillong Township. Nongrum said several officials are reportedly using residential plots for commercial purposes, violating the 2009 deed of handing over and taking over between the Meghalaya Urban Development Authorities and the Civil Services Officers Housing Cooperative Society.
Kung bakalong ga kipen pau ya city sanga ba kadai baki ai ban ron na kanika iyo nika guest house mo tamo ban plong guest house ya ka IIT ti nako ban kan basai manganum song thai habdai gani ko banta namar ngala sutu banta mdi tang kawai kinang don lu kiweiru bar kaniru innocently nga summit ya ka jigli mana kani last session amar ngadon ngajik ba wer bakadon gajing penokam bakla la violate ya ka rules mo di namar ba asutu ba kai gini ka ta society kanong la bandon above the rules kalau kata kanong rim hanya ibudin pada ada compelling aban spok ka kudu ngan haban le kata but I'm still under preparation how to go about.
The Shillem Jingyarap Urupang Committee conducted its 14th round of assistance on Monday, supporting 10 economically weaker families at Maukar Christian Higher Secondary School, Shillong. Beneficiaries receive essential household items. The committee distributed a total of Rs 65,500 this year, with Rs 6,000 allocated per family. According to General Secretary Babu Kular Kongjirim, the event was attended by Committee Chairman R.M. Shabong, HANM President Lamprang Kharbani, and BJP Mahila Morcha State President Suzuki Paryat, among others.
Mensim yang kita boleh jogi, mentang ngelak demi berkilas sami ini ngerap, namar kata nak buat tempat jadi, semua ban penon kampok ya kan, kantong kam kapap kebesan adu kata, lalu jawab bapi penon kam bakla, lalu jawab bapi dino, lalu jawab bapi aino yang kue pak, ya kajingai kau boleh try kena buat ai siapi. Lemba kan keslem dong di beduk lupa.
Ngalong kumbalong mata day kajing sneng imay ba ikan mapan kan mau yang abang ide balong kibriu kiba snow ide balong kibriu kiba lerek ban ide ru balong kibriu kiba priang hun ya ka bang iyo. Haoy kumalayo imenta naga Shillem Jingyarap yang beduk cang rupang nga ikira ayah pi tusa pi sengkli pi blanket kira ayah ke pi no balong kemensim kabak kemen ngadap dah kecil kemen namar habaki dan kum tani kecil slow neki wait ki district nang no ki Jakarta ki bajengai nong kila ban kener kila ban priang ya kata kemensim ketiga mod ketiga yang ban yarap ya pi haduk kan ni kabumot ada day bakim ya pihoi ki don kacing snow ki isen ki dak dak mensim jong ke isen dak mensim jong ke jingwa banyara andre ka banang kong pidei ban kenal ada day bakim ya pi ngam thai bakim jit ya ki.
Now to the Northeast news. The Flower Lady of Manipur, Chukone Krichana, was praised by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in yesterday's episode of Man Ki Baat for turning floriculture into a source of growth in Senapati district. She founded Dhyanthe Private Limited in 2021, working with local women farmers to supply decorative flowers across India. Krichana said her team felt proud that the grassroots effort towards self-reliance was recognized.
क्रिचेना ने इस पारंपरिक अनुभव को एक और विस्तार दिया। उन्होंने फूलों की खेती को अपना पैशन बनाया। आज वो इस काम से अलग अलग मार्केट्स को जोड़ रही है और अपने इलाके की लोकल कम्युनिटीज को भी एम्पावर कर रही है। साथियों, ये उदाहरण इस बात का पर्याय है कि अगर पारंपरिक ज्ञान को आधुनिक विजन के साथ आगे बढ़ाएं तो ये आर्थिक प्रगति का बड़ा माध्यम बन जाता है। आपके आसपास भी ऐसी सक्सेस स्टोरीज हो तो मुझे जरूर शेयर करिए। साथियों, मणिपुर से ही एक और उदाहरण सेनापति जिले की रहने वाली चोखोने क्रिचेना जी का है। उनका पूरा परिवार परंपरागत खेती से जुड़ा रहा है। क्रिचेना ने इस पारंपरिक अनुभव को एक और विस्तार दिया। उन्होंने फूलों की खेती को अपना पैशन बनाया। आज वो इस काम से अलग अलग मार्केट्स को जोड़ रही है और अपने इलाके की लोकल कम्युनिटीज को भी एम्पावर कर रही है।
First of all, it was a great opportunity that we got to showcase our story in such a big platform, and then it's going to reach to a lot of people, and then it is such a humble and small entrepreneur or small enterprise. We are working towards women and livelihood from the rural back-end farmers. Any entrepreneur, when an entrepreneur grow, the nation also grow. And then when there is an entrepreneur, they are not the job seeker, but instead they are the job creator. So it empower people, it power the livelihood. The citizen become self-sustainable. And the livelihood is impacted through a local grassroots entrepreneur like this.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah today inaugurated the Batadrava Cultural Project at Batadrava in Assam's Nagaon district, the birthplace of Mahapurush Srimanta Sankardeva. Developed by the Assam government at a cost of Rs 217 crore, the project aims to turn Batadrava into a world-class spiritual and cultural destination. The complex features the world's tallest Guru Asana, Satriya-inspired guest houses and a Japi-shaped theatre, and is expected to promote Sankardeva's teachings and Assam's cultural heritage.
और आध्यात्मिक स्थलों पर किया जा रहा है। हमारे इतिहास और हमारे
आज गुरु आमाक परम आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने पिछले 11 साल में असम और नॉर्थ ईस्ट को जैसे उन्होंने विकास के सिलसिले में सहयोग किया है और किसी ने भी किया नहीं था, पहले किसी ने भी नहीं किया था। कांग्रेस ने हमेशा असम के खिलाफ उन्होंने कदम उठाया और असम को कमजोर बनाने में साजिश रचना की थी। उत्तर पूर्व भारत को सबसे कमजोर इलाका के हिसाब से उन लोगों ने रहने के लिए यहां मजबूर किया था। इसके बदले में बीजेपी नेतृत्वाधीन हमारे एनडीए सरकार ने जो कदम उठाए हैं, मैं विशेष रूप से और एक बात के लिए अमित शाह जी को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं। परम आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के निर्देश के मुताबिक उनके नेतृत्व में आपने असम और नॉर्थ ईस्ट में शांति लाने के लिए जो भी मजबूत कदम उठाए, इसके लिए आपको 1000 बार मैं हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करना चाहता हूं।
मित्रों, मेरा सौभाग्य है कि नौगांव की पवित्र भूमि, जहां महापुरुष श्रीमंत शंकर देव जी ने जन्म लिया और जहां से नव वैष्णव धर्म को न केवल आसाम, पूरे पूर्वोत्तर में धर्म के रूप में प्रचारित करने का काम किया। ये नौगांव की पवित्र भूमि पर किसी भी व्यक्ति के लिए आना बड़े सौभाग्य की बात है, परंतु आज मेरे लिए विशेष सौभाग्य इसलिए है कि इस भूमि पर एक महान स्मारक श्रीमंत शंकर देव जी का बना है। इसका आज शुभारंभ हेमंत जी और सर्वानंद जी के साथ करने का सौभाग्य मुझे मिला है।
Kaziranga National Park and Tiger Reserve in Assam is witnessing an unprecedented surge in tourists as 2025 draws to a close, putting park infrastructure and the local hospitality sector under pressure. The UNESCO World Heritage Site has attracted visitors from across India and abroad, eager to spot its famed one-horn rhinos and elusive tigers. Officials also highlighted major conservation gains, with 0 rhino poaching cases recorded in both 2022 and 2025, credited to stronger anti-poaching operations, improved inter-agency coordination, modern surveillance, and stricter enforcement of wildlife laws. Moving on to the national news. President Draupadi Murmu made history by undertaking her maiden dive sortie aboard the indigenous Cavalry-class submarine INS Vakshir. As Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, her embarkation reaffirmed India's confidence in indigenous submarine construction and highlighted the Indian Navy's undersea warfare capabilities. The sortie underscores the submarine arms' role as a key pillar of maritime security and credible deterrence, reflecting the Navy's combat readiness to safeguard national maritime interests. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged states to boost manufacturing, improve ease of doing business, and make India a global services hub. Speaking at the National Conference of Chief Secretaries, he highlighted the National Manufacturing Mission, quality focus, made in India, skill development, tourism, sports, high-value agriculture, and digitization of manuscripts under the Gyan Bharatam mission. He called on states to prepare 10-year action plans with clear targets and tech-based monitoring to achieve Viksit Bharat.
Covering the best practices and strategies for states and union territories to follow. In a post on X, Prime Minister said that he discussed integrating the latest technology to make a positive difference in people's lives. He urged the states to promote manufacturing, enhance ease of doing business, and strengthen the services sector.
The Supreme Court today stayed its November 20 order on the Aravalli Hills definition. A vacation bench of the Chief Justice Surya Khan and Justices J.K. Maheshwari and A.J. Masik has also ordered the formation of a new expert committee to examine issues that require to be examined in terms of the definition of Aravallis. Notices have been sent to the centre and the 4 Aravalli states, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Delhi and Haryana. The move follows criticism of the centre's new 100-metre height criterion and comes after a ban on new mining leases was imposed to protect the ecosystem. Let's look at international news. Tensions between the United States and Venezuela have been simmering for years and escalated in late 2025 after the U.S. carried out a series of lethal boat strikes in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific, targeting vessels reportedly linked to drug trafficking, many near the Venezuelan coast. The U.S. has also increased its military presence in the Caribbean, deploying special operations aircraft, troops, and warships around Puerto Rico as part of broader operations. In response, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro lauded the country's armed forces as invisible defenders of sovereignty during a year-end salute, amid growing concerns over U.S. activities in the region.
Each hymn, each flag, each symbol represent a history of our 200 years because our military have a glorious history as emancipating humanists, invincible warriors. Our armed forces are more prepared than ever to continue winning peace.
U.S. President Donald Trump said that peace talks with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky are approaching an agreement, with progress made on security guarantees and negotiations involving Russia and Europe. Trump met Zelensky at his Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida. Earlier, President Trump hosted Zelensky for lunch during his visit to the United States. The meeting provided an opportunity to discuss the ongoing war in Ukraine, the diplomatic efforts and the future of U.S.-Ukraine relations, drawing global attentions amid continued international focus on the conflict.
And therefore you cannot write.
Our meeting was excellent. We covered, somebody would say 95%, I don't know what percent, but we have made a lot of progress on ending that war, which is really certainly the most deadly war since World War II. We want to work with Europe, and Europe is going to take over a big part of it, as you can imagine. You know, they're right there, but we're going to help Europe 100%.
Colleagues, first of all, I would like to thank President Trump for a great meeting at this amazing place in his home in Mar-a-Lago. And we had a really great discussions on all the topics, and we appreciate the progress that was made by American and Ukrainian teams in these recent weeks. Special thanks to Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, and thank you for their engagement and full commitment, and also to our team. And we discussed all the aspects of the peace framework, which includes, and we have a great achievements, 20-point peace plan, 90% agreed, and U.S.-Ukraine security guarantees, 100% agreed. U.S.-Europe-Ukraine security guarantees, almost agreed. Military dimension, 100% agreed.
And now to the sports news. SG Pipers defeated Ranchi Royals 2-0 in the opening match of the Women's Hero Hockey India League 2025-26 at Ranchi's Marang Komke Jaipal Singh Munda Astro Turf Stadium. Captain Navneet Kaur, 27, opened the scoring from a penalty corner, and Teresa Viana, 46, added a second goal early in final quarter. Despite several penalty corner opportunities, Ranchi Royals were unable to score. The Pipers held their lead to a start the seasons with a commanding win. India defeated Sri Lanka by 30 runs in the fourth Women's T20 International at Thiruvananthapuram, taking a 4-0 lead in the 5-match series. India scored 221 by 2, led by Srimati Mandhana, 87, Shafali Verma, 79, and Richa Ghosh, 40. Sri Lanka managed 191 by 6, with Chamari Athapathu top scoring at 52. Mandhana was named Player of the Match and reached 10,000 international runs, becoming the second Indian woman after Mithali Raj to achieve the milestone. The final T20 International will be played tomorrow. And now for the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report in Tura. Minimum temperature 10 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 22 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 76%. Moving on to Shillong, minimum temperature 4 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 18 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 65%. Meanwhile, in Jawai, minimum temperature 5 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 18 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 58%. And the forecast says a partly cloudy weather will likely to occur in Tura and Shillong, while dry weather most likely to occur in Jawai. Before we wind up, let's have a look at the headlines once again. President Draupadi Murmu makes historic dive aboard INS Bakshir, showcasing India's undersea strength. Meghalaya BJP warns of security risks from Bangladesh, urges stronger border vigilance amid rising threats. Motion route to get Government Model Degree College Institute set to benefit students in West Khasi Hills. And Union Home Minister Amit Shah inaugurates Rs 217 crore Bata Drava cultural project in Assam. Well, viewers, that's all we have in today's edition of the news. Do join us again tomorrow with more updates. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous, advanced New Year.